The Minnesota Vikings host the Atlanta Falcons here in Week 14, where we're sitting at 10-2, currently second in the NFC North. Where the Atlanta Falcons are 6-6, so it's time to bring up the injury report for this week. But before we do, shout out to our partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, they have NFL, they have college, fully customizable helmets. They have the actual replica ones that you can wear on the football field. Green Gridiron is the place for you. If you want something like that, feel free to hit the link I have pinned in the comment section and use promo code MINSYN at checkout. That's MINSYN for a small discount on your purchase. So, what are we looking at? Well, Minnesota Vikings, who are 10-2 on Thursday, practiced inside ahead of hosting the Atlanta Falcons, who are 6-6 at noon on Sunday. Now, Minnesota added guard Dalton Risner with a back injury to its injury report Thursday, a day after initially listing 9 players for Week 14. Now, Risner was listed as a limited participant on Thursday, so hopefully there's a chance that we could have him as a depth piece come Sunday, which is what I fully expect. Cornerback Stephon Gilmore, who's dealing with a hamstring injury, did not participate for a second consecutive day. It's starting to look more and more as if Stephon Gilmore is questionable or doubtful for Sunday's game. That's okay. We did make some, moves. I think Fabian Moreau played okay. He played some solid football for us when Gilmore did go out, but we still have Shaq Griffin, Byron Murphy. We should be okay on that front. But safety Jay Ward, who's dealing with an elbow injury, was elevated to participating on a limited basis Thursday. Outside linebackers, Andrew Van Ginkel with a thigh injury and Pat Jones, the second with a knee injury, were listed as limited for a second consecutive day. I think this is just one of those days where, hey, let's just make sure these guys are 100%. No need for them to go out there and practice. Give it their all at practice, and then get it, hurt themselves even more than they currently are. So this is kind of just a little rest. Get some reps in, watch some film, you're good to go. I think both these players will be ready to rock come Sunday. Defensive lineman Jonathan Bullard with a toe injury and linebacker Blake Cashman with a knee injury fully participated a day after they were listed as limited for Minnesota's Wednesday walkthrough, which is fantastic news, which means we should have both of them. Now, long snapper Andrew DePaula, who's dealing with a hand injury, tight end Josh Oliver, wrist and ankle injury, and kicker Will Reichard, who is dealing with a quad injury, were listed as full participants for a second consecutive day. That's also fantastic news. I don't think we've parted ways with John Parker Romo, so it's still to be seen whether Will Reichard will be the kicker for Minnesota this Sunday. But if not, it's going to be JPR. Okay, John Parker Romo, he's going to go out there and do his best. Hopefully we don't, have to use him too much. Let's score a lot of touchdowns. All he has to do is go out there and knock a couple extra points through the uprights. But Will Reichard and Andrew DePaula, who were both activated earlier this week, are practicing fully, which is also some very good news, which is what this next part just basically says. They opened their 21-day evaluation window on Tuesday. Now, as for the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta added guard Chris Lindstrom, who's not injury-related, just rest, as a limited participant Thursday. He should be ready to rock. Running back Jace McClellan, who's dealing with a knee injury, did not participate for a second consecutive day. That's, a little troublesome. Kind of keep an eye on that. He might not play. If you're a Vikings fan like myself, we probably don't care too much. It's the Atlanta Falcons. They haven't looked great this season, but the offense still has a lot of power, or has a lot of firepower with Kirk Cousins. If he can, throw the ball faster than 34 miles an hour, that'd be great. But hopefully for this game, that's not the case, right? Now, receiver Darnell Mooney, who's dealing with Achilles injury, not injury related, deal with a rest. That's an interesting way of putting it. I think maybe he was banged up with an Achilles injury, but he was just basically resting. He fully participated on Thursday, and so did linebacker Troy Anderson, who's dealing with a knee injury, who was limited Wednesday. Now, defensive tackle Rook Ahoroho, I think is how you say his name. Probably said it wrong. I apologize. Dealing with an ankle injury. Defensive lineman Zach Harrison, Achilles, and linebacker Nate Landman, hamstring, were limited for a second consecutive day. Cornerback Kevin King, not injury-related, personal matter. Outside linebacker Matthew Judon, rest, and receiver Drake London, also rest, were removed from the report, which means all those guys will be playing this Sunday. Former Vikings cornerback, Mike Hughes, who's dealing with a neck injury, was also listed as a full participant. So, for the most part, both teams are a little banged up, but should have the majority of their players this Sunday when the Vikings take on the Atlanta Falcons in the return of Kirk Cousins. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. And if you want one of these backlit LED Minnesota Viking 3D logos, hit the link I have in the description. I think it's like Whitebeard Signs or something like that. And use promo code VS30 for $30 off your purchase at checkout. So have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skull Vikes.